What's going on, YouTube? So today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a kind of story time, kind of Q&A. So on my Instagram I put I was originally just going to do a whole story time about like me going from the hood to the suburbs, and maybe one day I will, but like I just tried doing that whole video. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little frustrated right now because I literally was already like halfway done editing it, and I was like, I'm really just chatting, like I didn't know what really I was like talking about. So I'm just gonna answer the questions, and then like if something flows of like little times or like little memories I want to share, then I'll do that. So you already know I have to eat a little something, but today we're eating a salad. Okay, like who am I? Skinny queen. Okay, so I have my Santa Fe. This is like honestly the best salad. It has like a little bit of like spice and stuff like that, so I'm gonna be eating that. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I knew I might get a little emotional, especially because I'm going through something else besides this, so I'll probably will end up crying. So like maybe if I eat, it's like comforting for the soul, so that's what I'm gonna do. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay, so the first question is, what was the hardest adjustment moving? So the hardest adjustment moving was not seeing all my friends. Oh my god, my mouth is fucking burning. Not seeing all my friends was probably like the hardest thing I had to do, and going to a new school, because I really hate being like a new kid. Like I really hate that. Like I already knew I was gonna move, but like that was the one thing I was probably like I hated the most. And just not being able to see my friends. Also too, like my parents said I could visit my friends a lot once we moved, and that really did not happen until like maybe my senior year, and especially now in college where I could do whatever the I want. So that was probably the hardest adjustment, and adjusting to like a new school district, I would probably say that's the hardest thing. Okay, the next question was, how did you react when your parents told you were moving? So when I found out I was moving, by the way, let me give a little background story. I'm from the Bronx, New York, and I live like Fordham, then you go like down the block, you hit going into like 183rd, and I was probably like 15 minutes on the bus away from Dykeman, so that gives you like a little kind of like where I used to live. And what was the question again? How did you react when my parents told me? So yeah, so then I moved to the suburbs, and I live like in a 2-story house. I have a yard, I have a pool. I ain't trying to brag. If y'all think I'm if y'all think I'm bragging, then I don't know what to tell y'all. But when they told me, I was actually really excited until like I actually started living up here, and I'll probably get to that later on. But I was actually really excited, and I was like, I'm gonna have my own room, because before I was sharing a room with my brother and my sister, so like it was 3 people to a room, you know what I'm trying to say. And at one point we shared one big bed, and then we got like a bed for me and my sister, and then for my brother, like me and my sister would share, and my brother had his own bed. And so when they told me, I was really excited, because like, you know, when we first went into the house, because they surprised us, I was like, oh yeah, it's lit. Okay, the next question was, the next question was it hard for you to make friends when you moved? Yes. So I'm gonna tell y'all, it took me almost 2 weeks to make friends when I moved upstate. It was actually pretty like sad. Like I used to sit by myself in lunch, I used to eat by myself at lunch, and my friend Sabrina, actually, I was hanging out with a little different kind of group before Sabrina, but it was a few urban city kids, but like they came mad young, or it was like the white kids trying to be city, and like they was telling me how they was been suspended, that they steal, and like all this bad stuff. And it's like, me, I don't fake vibes, so like I was really only sitting there for lunch, but other than that, like we wasn't friends. My first like real friend was Sabrina and a girl named Caitlin. If you're watching this, girl, hey. And yeah, they were my first friends. Sabrina came up to me. Now I'm thinking about it, I didn't really have that much friends in high school. Like besides Sabrina, Caitlin, Bella, Melanie, like I'm not a friends kind of girl. Like even my city friends, I don't like making friends. Next question, what do you miss the most about the city? I miss how I could just walk to anything. Like 5 minutes. Like my deli is 5 minutes away in a car. It's 30 minutes walking. Before, I used to live right next to a beauty supply store, a deli, and a supermarket. So like I was lit. I was lit. Okay, so this is a little more juicy. Was moving into a new environment good or bad? So it's bittersweet, and I said this in my other video, which I'm not even gonna post. So the reason is good because I'm always gonna be grateful, and there's just a lot of things moving up here that I don't have to worry about in the hood, and that's just facts. Like, especially being a young pretty woman and I have a body and stuff like that, there's like things I don't really have to worry about that I had to worry about when I was in the hood, or like even when I go back, because like I go back like quite often, like when I see family and friends. So I think that's the good part, because I feel like, you know, my parents paid a lot for the community that we're in, and just besides the house. And so like that's probably like the one beneficial thing. Now the reason it's bad moving into a new environment in my case is because like my whole, like, I just felt like my whole community was just like full of a lot of racist people or a lot of brainwashed people, and people in my school felt so entitled to shit. They thought they was better, and the white people thought they was better because they hair was straight, whatever. Like, mama, come on, stop playing with me. It's crazy because, you know, the thing is like I used to almost, like, I was at a certain point where I was hitting like, yeah, maybe I should start straightening my hair more. And then I was like, yo, that, like, look at my hair. Like, people would kill for my hair. Like, even when people try to cut my ass on my hair, or her bitches be like, oh, how do you do it? How do you handle? Your hair's so perfect. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, you know what, like, my hair is cute. Like, it frames my face. Like honestly, like, I be feeling like that my hair straight, but like if I really had to choose one, like I would have my hair curly than straight, like all the time, and I usually do that. So okay, the next one was, since you got to experience both living styles, when you have kids, do you want them to move into the suburbs for schools? So when I have kids, I definitely, knowing, because I know I'm gonna be rich and shit like that, that we gonna probably move to the suburbs regardless. That's just what it is. But school, no. Don't get twisted. It's not like I'm gonna live in fucking LA mansion and my kids about to go to the school in the hood. No. But in the suburbs, there are schools like purposely so that it's very diverse. Like, I would not put, like, I would do my research. Like, my old school had 10% diversity. Like, I would never put my kids in a school like that. I'm sorry. 90% white people? Don't get me wrong. Not only is bad, but my daughter gonna look like me. My son will look like me. You feel me? I can't. I was traumatized too much the last 3 years that I can't do that to my kids. I can't. So personally, yes, I will move my kids to the suburbs, but they will go to a school in the suburbs. But best believe the school gonna have a lot of mixed people, a lot of people of different races, and that's one period. Were you ever called racial or mean things? Yeah, when I first went to school, a lot of people had this perception of me like I was some hood rat ass girl, and I don't know, but I was definitely told a few things. I'm not gonna lie, the first year I kind of kept my mouth shut. I don't really know why. I guess it's because, like, I really didn't want to embarrass my parents like that, because, like, at the end of the day, they're also, too, gonna get looked at a certain way. But junior and senior year, like, niggas knew me. Like, if you try me, bitch, I'm gonna say something. And I'm gonna press you. So the next question is, how was schooling there, like teachers, academics, and stuff like that? So there always is rumors about like schools being better, like in the suburbs than in the city, and I can honestly say I understand why people say that, because at the end of the day, like, a lot of times it's not really even the schooling, it's just the kids and like the classroom environment that make people learn different. You feel what I'm trying to say? So definitely it was way more strict and way different than in the hood, like the teaching and the teachers. So I will say, to an extent, academic wise, like, it probably is a little better, like, learning wise, because that was just my experience. But let me tell you something, bitch, okay? The teachers at my school, trash, like, just fucking trash. There was one teacher, that's my son, like, for real. Mr. Salvo, I don't know if he's ever gonna watch this video, but like, I'm trying not to get emotional because he's really the only teacher. Like, I had good teachers, don't get me wrong, but he was the only teacher that really understood me. Like, mind you, like, I forgot, but I think he was Italian son, so it's not even like he was on, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like, he was a white man. So it was just crazy because he really understood like kids like me, and he was the only teacher that didn't let shit slide. Like like, to an extent. Like, he wasn't just letting anyone crack jokes. Because there's really teachers, like, they'll hear all these kids make these racist jokes. And, like, they won't say nothing. Nothing. Knowing there's a girl who looked like me, or darker than me, or whatever the case is, in the classroom. So I always appreciate Mr. Sawa for that. Like, he's really, like, if I was to visit the school, like, it'll be really, like, for him. And I have teachers just straight. Look, I know I shouldn't be trying to assume, but, like, if you know, you know. If you're in my position and you've been in an all-white school, you know. Some teachers just didn't like me because it was me. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And when it came to helping me, they was on the inside. I had one teacher. It was like a love and hate relationship. Like, when we was good, we was good. When we was bad, he was bad. Like, he was too with the jokes. Like, he was white, so it was bothering me. Like, he was too much with the jokes. Like, oh, you from the Bronx and you act like this, like that. He was trying to be funny, but sometimes I wasn't here for it. Like, I wish I can call my friend Bella. Like, there was one time he tried to lock me out. Like, I went to the bathroom, and so when I come back, or like, I used to always come like 5 minutes late. So he locked the door so I couldn't come in. And bro, I was not having it that day. I came back, I saw that door locked. And he just had like the whole class laughing at me, and I was done. Like, I was banging on the door. I was like, let me in, let me in. I was going crazy. Like, I was like, you bald-headed ass. Like, that gotta be a story time because I was going crazy. I was going crazy. Like, I was really violating this man, and like, I was like, on God. Then after a point, I was like, bro, if you open this door, like, I'm really like. I didn't care what I was really chatting. I was like, I'm gonna slap this man on top, like, the top of his head. So, I have the best experience with teachers, and I feel like that also makes you don't do that well in school, because it's like, you know, so it's bittersweet. Do you have any white friends? Yes.
Hey guys. So Erica's editing right now, and she just noticed how hungry she was throughout this video, so we apologize. But we hope that you enjoy the ASMR.
Yeah, basically I said, did I have any white friends? And I said yes.
There's actually a lot of white people. I don't want to say a lot, but there's a good amount of white people that actually is woke, okay? And that actually, one, and there's not many, but one that actually are very pro-black and will actually stand up when shit is said wrong or people are being disrespected. And then there's some they just cool, like, they just not racist, they regular people, you feel me? So, shout out to those people. And yeah, I had a few white friends. Again, I never had close white friends, but I feel like, not even because they was white, it was really like, my environment was dead ass like toxic. Like, I felt like I was living in a movie. Like, they was really brainwashed and entitled motherfuckers. Like, I was like, what the how? The next question is, have I ever dated a white boy? Oh my god. No. Probably, I don't know. I don't think, have I talked to one? I don't think so. Not fully white, no. But, again, not even because they white, because if God want to bless me with a Michael that buys me everything and treats me good, okay, Michael. But, at least for my school, especially the cute ones, because the cute ones are usually like athletes or jocks, whatever. I could not. They were probably like the jocks in my school, probably the biggest racist motherfuckers you would see in your life, and I could not handle. I could not handle. Honestly, I could never. I really can't. Also, like, if y'all know me, I like black men. Like, preference wise, I don't want y'all calling me racist, okay? Because I don't care the skin color, but you have to be black. Like, you gotta be black. So the last question I'm gonna ask is, like, what is one of your most, like, craziest racism stories? It actually started when I started working. So I'm gonna do a story time about how I was about to fight 2 bitches in my job. It's actually a really good story time. Let me know if y'all want to hear that, okay? So I'm gonna make it short. But one of the most racist ones that actually, I'm not even gonna lie, I went to the bathroom and actually started crying because it was the first time I experienced somebody not knowing me and lying on me to get me in trouble or like fired basically because the color of my skin. So what happened was a bitch was wearing a wig that day, and my lace was not, I don't know why I'm doing it like I'm wearing a wig right now, but my lace was not held down. So I try to wear a scarf. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, I do know in some stores you are not allowed to do that, but that was never a problem in my store. It was never announced. A bitch read the handbook. Okay, that was not okay. And even if it was, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if anything, I could have really just lied and said it was my religion. So like, whether they called it or not, it was still a dumbass reason. So I had to put my scarf, and I didn't even do it on some like bandana, like how you wear in the hood, like when you gotta go to the store real quick. I try to make it as cute and not ratchet as possible. So I really just literally try to get the scarf to only cover like this, like my legs basically, and I had my hair straight, right? So this woman calls corporate and says that I'm scaring her children, and I don't know why that got me so emotional, but it's like, mind you, I did not ring her. I did not talk to her. I was in the register. She was in the aisle getting candy. And honestly, I don't even think I really know who it is. I'm trying to think. Like, every time I think about a situation, I'm trying to think, like, oh, maybe I remember how she looks like her kids. But I don't even remember, like, talking to see with kids. Like, you feel me that day? So, yeah, she called and they told me. And luckily, like, the boss that I had on duty, she was very nice. She was like, yo, like, this. And because, you know, she was black and we was just really close. And she was like, bro, like, this bitch just called corporate, like, saying that whatever about a scarf. And she didn't tell me to take it off because, like, I didn't think a bitch's lace was lifted. But yeah, it really hurt my feelings because, like, I know she was just doing that because she just probably saw me with a scarf and was like, oh, this ratchet asshole, and she just decided to call corporate to be a hating asshole. Also, like, in my job, I had a girl just straight up, like, every day try to get me fired. Like, every chance she could, she tried to get me fired. So, yeah. Honestly, like, she ain't the reason I quit my job, but, like, a whole year that, like, I was just done with it, and I knew I was, like, if I had the chance to really beat this bitch up, like, I would probably, like, kill her. So, I was like, let me just quit. And that's what I did, because I was already working there for 2 years. Like, I really didn't need it no more. I was going to college. So, yeah. And the other girl was gonna put the beats on, like, we was, like, 2 seconds, like, bitch was in my space, and I was about to slap her. I'll say that for a story time. But, yeah, so, one thing before I end this video is that, like, overall, like, I didn't really give a good story time, but I do want to say that white privilege is really a thing, and racism is really a thing, and it's something serious, and I actually am very passionate about stuff like that. My closest friends around me know that. I'm very into the civil rights movement. I'm very into Black Lives Matters, about minorities, about discrimination, police brutality. I'm into stuff like that. So I'm just not a bitch who literally just talks on YouTube and eat. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm actually passionate about a few things. And honestly, like, I'm sorry, y'all, my camera ran out of storage, but yeah, if y'all want to see videos like that, it is different for me, and I'm a little nervous, but I don't mind doing videos like that because that's things that I like to learn about, read the news about, read articles about, watch documentaries about. So I will be definitely interested to do stuff like that. And one day I hope I could really just blatantly just say I might do that, just my whole high school experience. But it was honestly kind of bad. Like, I was judged a lot. I was judged especially about my hair and just literally how I looked, and that gave me a lot of problems with teachers, with fake friends, with just mean people. The only real thing I didn't really get bullied is because I wasn't someone, like, no matter how shy I was or quiet, I don't let people step over me to an extent, you feel me? Like, everybody, like, also a lot of people too when I first came there was intimidated by me, just again based on looks. I'm a nice person, but it was never like people was shoving me in the lockers and saying stuff like that, or like just straight up calling me the N-word or something like that. But there was whispers or like things that people told me that they heard. So it was actually kind of hard, and it really brought down my self-esteem. And I just want to give a message that everyone is beautiful, whatever race you are, but especially for my women of color. Sorry, my friend called me, but yeah, so I forgot what I was saying, but please know that you're beautiful, and embrace your culture, embrace your hair, embrace your skin color, embrace the melanin. I hope I'm saying that right. embrace everything, okay? And that's all I really want to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.